sugar isn't just making you fat. Right now, it is literally caramelizing your internal organs and skin cells alive. You think wrinkles, joint pain, and chronic fatigue are just a normal part of aging? The brutal truth is that you are physically rusting from the inside out. Today, I am going to show you exactly how this terrifying biological mechanism works and how to trigger a biological miracle to heal at the root and reverse aging entirely. Here is the craziest part. You think you are making healthy choices by eating that whole grain energy bar or drinking that organic fruit juice for breakfast. But let me explain the molecular biology of what happens next. When you consume these hidden sugars, they flood your bloodstream in massive amounts. They rapidly seek out and permanently bind to the vital structural proteins in your body, like collagen and elastin. This is not some gentle, natural biochemical reaction. It is a violent, chaotic process called glycation, and it happens without any enzymes to regulate it. In other words, your body is being slowly cooked from the inside. These malformed sugar and protein hybrids are called Advanced Glycation End products, or AGEs for short. And they are exactly what they sound like. They age you. They aggressively strip away the elasticity of your tissues. Imagine your blood vessels, which are supposed to be flexible and resilient to pump blood efficiently, becoming stiff, hardened, and brittle like old dry rubber. This directly destroys the physiological barrier that protects your cardiovascular system. I remember looking in the mirror a few years ago, feeling constantly exhausted, blindly counting calories, and wondering why I looked so drained and lifeless. It was because I was completely unaware that I was feeding this invisible enemy. This is the deadly trap that the billion-dollar food industry refuses to tell you. They deliberately hide sugar under 60 different names on the ingredient labels to make sure you keep consuming this cellular poison every single day. They know exactly how to manipulate your taste receptors, completely bypassing your body's natural defense systems. But the horrifying truth is, the damage goes much deeper than just your sagging skin and stiff blood vessels. When these AGEs accumulate, they act like biological rust. They cross vital barriers and start sticking to your neurons. They trigger a severe immune response, causing chronic inflammation, which acts like a slow-burning fire inside your cells. Your lymphatic system, which is supposed to be the ultimate scavenging machine for cellular waste, becomes completely overwhelmed and clogged by these sticky, caramelized proteins. Your organs literally lose their ability to function at optimal levels. The billion-dollar cosmetic industry wants you to believe that you can just rub a heavily marketed, expensive cream on your face to fix this. They are hiding the fact that no topical treatment can penetrate deep enough to reverse this molecular fusion. You are being sold a temporary placebo, while the real permanent damage continues to spread through your bloodstream. Think about what happens when you put a piece of bread in the toaster. The intense heat causes the sugars and amino acids in the bread to violently react, turning it brown, hard, and stiff. That exact same biochemical reaction is happening inside your arteries, your kidneys, and your brain right now, at a core body temperature of 98.6 degrees. You are essentially caramelizing your own tissues because of the hidden sugars in your perfectly engineered, highly processed diet. And it doesn't stop there. This relentless process damages your DNA, forcing your cells to replicate with massive errors. It is a silent deformity that happens day after day, year after year, until one day you wake up and wonder where all your youthful energy went. Your microbiome, the trillions of delicate bacteria in your gut that control everything from your immune system to your mood, is also being brutally hijacked by this sugar overload. The bad bacteria thrive in this toxic environment, creating even more systemic inflammation. So not only are your cells physically rusting, but your gut is sending distress signals straight to your brain, creating severe brain fog and anxiety. This is not just aging. This is a complete systemic collapse, masquerading as the passage of time. But the terrifying truth is that the damage caused by these advanced glycation end products does not just stop at the surface level of wrinkles or morning joint pain. It invades deep into your neural pathways, and it continues to spread, suffocating your healthy cells until you finally learn how to hit the reset button. You have to understand how these caramelized proteins operate on a molecular level. They actively seek out and bind to specific cellular docking stations called RAGE, which stands for Receptors for Advanced Glycation End Products. When this connection is made, it is like sounding a devastating, permanent alarm inside your immune system. They activate specific receptors that trigger systemic, chronic inflammation. They act like toxic, sticky roadblocks, completely shutting down the natural flow of your lymphatic system and severely hindering the normal biochemical reactions of your mitochondria. Your mitochondria are the actual power plants of your cells, responsible for generating the energy that keeps you alive. When they cannot produce energy because they are choked by biological rust, you feel chronically exhausted, no matter how many hours you sleep or how much caffeine you blindly consume. Every single time you choose to consume a sugary, highly processed snack to push through the afternoon slump, you are throwing a wrench into this delicate machinery. You are instantly shutting down any chance of cellular repair and flooding your system with the exact molecules that accelerate your physical decline. So, how do we stop fueling this aggressive biological rusting? We must implement the absolute gold standard of cellular regeneration. We must activate a biological miracle known as autophagy. This is not some temporary fix, a placebo effect, or a trendy detox juice cleanse sold by influencers. Autophagy is an evolutionary, hardwired physiological state. It translates literally from Greek to mean self-eating. When you strategically practice intermittent fasting, or when you drastically and permanently cut out refined sugars and highly processed carbohydrates, you force your body into a state of metabolic flexibility and cellular survival. Imagine this process happening inside you right now. By simply fasting for a minimum of 16 hours, your insulin levels drop to their absolute baseline, and your body flips a critical metabolic switch. It stops looking for external, easy fuel from that morning oatmeal or that sweet coffee, and it starts looking inward. It activates a perfect, ruthless biological scavenging machine. Your healthy, hungry cells become incredibly resourceful. They start hunting down the damaged, caramelized proteins, the floating advanced glycation end products, and the dead, dysfunctional mitochondria that are polluting your bloodstream. They consume this biological garbage, break it down into its core raw amino acids, and use it to build brand new, perfectly functioning cellular structures. This is not a folk remedy. This is a profound biochemical reaction at the deepest cellular level. You are literally initiating a deep reset of your entire physiological system. The terrifying stiffness in your blood vessels begins to fade away as the rusted proteins are cleared out. Your skin naturally regains its elasticity because brand new collagen is finely synthesized, without sugar binding to it and destroying it. And your severe brain fog lifts because your neural pathways are finally cleared of accumulated neurotoxins. You are healing at the root, at the very level of your DNA. The clinical studies on this exact process are absolutely mind-blowing. Yet the mainstream dietary guidelines largely ignore it, because the multi-billion-dollar medical and food industries cannot patent or sell the simple act of not eating. When you combine this powerful state of autophagy with a clean diet rich in real whole foods, you provide your cells with the exact molecular armor they need to neutralize any remaining oxidative stress. You restore the vital integrity of your gut microbiome, allowing those trillions of beneficial bacteria to finally repair the physiological barrier of your intestines. You awaken a dormant healing power within your biology that has been deliberately suppressed by the modern, hyperpalatable food environment. You physically reverse the aging process from the inside out. So, the choice is ultimately yours to make today. You can continue to allow your internal organs, your brain, and your skin to be slowly caramelized by the invisible sugars hidden in your daily meals. You can continue to accept chronic fatigue, morning stiffness, and accelerated aging as just a normal, unavoidable part of getting older. Or you can choose to wake up. You can choose to awaken your body's ultimate cleanup crew and aggressively protect your cellular network from this relentless decay. You have the absolute power to stop the rusting and rebuild your biology from the ground up, cell by brand new cell. What specific sugary food are you going to completely eliminate from your breakfast tomorrow morning? Think deeply about it and take back control of your health right now. If you found this deep dive into molecular biology helpful and want to learn more about how your body actually works, please make sure to subscribe and support the channel so we can continue to expose these medical myths together.